We just had a big biotech breakout. Is there another big one that I'm afraid not to show you? Yes, there is. Hello, investing friends, friends of financial freedom. Welcome into Investors Club. Got a great show for you. Let's dive in and see this awesomeness. Another biotech I'm afraid not to show you. This looks like the next one. We just had, after the cassava disappointment, we waited. After 6 months, we were ready to be hurt again, and we got behind another biotech, and that was we said we were scared not to show it to people, and that was Acurx. And Acurx exploded not a month later. It was up like more than a triple at one point. They raised money, and so that was on. We talked about, so Acurx, that is the antimicrobial resistance, big, huge market that's growing to the trajectory it's on. It's growing to the same problem as cancer, and they've actually got a therapy that it can be more broadly applicable than a lot of cancer therapies. Cancer is so heterogeneous, and no one is in what do we say, like 41 years hasn't been a class developed. And the problem with that was that when there's resistance to one drug, it also can develop a resistance to the rest of the drugs in the class. So big old problem, huge opportunity. And we said, look at these phase 2 results. Well, those same phase 2 results were published in the Lancet, one of the most prestigious medical journals, peer-reviewed medical journals in the world. And so those are the results we were already talking about. And we said that one had all the goodies, and that we were afraid not to show it to you because it had all the goodies. It was founder run. It was going after one of the largest unmet medical needs in the world, the antimicrobial resistance, trading at all-time lows. It just got recent funding. It plays brilliantly in the government programs. Small molecules got legislated against. I forget what the name of the legislation was, but a lot of people there's possibilities for small molecules to get relief and to have a big upside for all the small molecules. It has a platform that represents a whole new paradigm. It's fast-tracked 2 phase 2 trials. Those are the ones that were published in the Lancet. Small catalyst that week. That was the quarterly report. Mammoth upside with 1,600% being the average analyst target. That's a tough act to follow. Can we find another stock like that? Yes, we found another biotech with all the characteristics of a big opportunity, and the timing for entry looks sublime. If I could think of a Sublime song, I would sing it for you. These delicious characters include it's in the top biotech hub of Boston. We talk about that. If you take the class, we talk about that. It's founder led also. It's going after one of the biggest future facing areas in medicine that we really should be looking for plays in this area because it's such a good area. Again, a platform that represents a whole new paradigm, not just a product. Fast-tracked and breakthrough designations from the FDA. Again, a good phase 2 trial. A stunning amount of cash. It's trading again at all-time lows. It has a tremendous partnership. If you could have a partnership with as a biotech, if you could have a partnership with any company in the world, which one would it be? Think of one. Let's see if that's it. Has mammoth upside with the average price target is a 10x from here and a small near-term catalyst. Goodness gracious, what is this? This amazing new biotech with all the characteristics is Acrivon. We wrote about Acrivon before. Acrivon is Greek for accurate, and this is precision medicine, aka personalized medicine. That means matching up the right drugs with the right people and hopefully predicting resistances ahead of time and mitigating them. There's already been roughly 100 precision medicine approvals already. However, Acrivon has a big differentiator. Most of these companies are doing is looking at a person's genes, and Acrivon goes further. So remember, the most fundamental concept in biology is that the DNA has the code for proteins. RNA helps translate that code into proteins, and then proteins are the final end product that is life. So it's the 1, 2, 3 of DNA, RNA, protein. Okay, so RNA makes proteins from the instructions in DNA, and DNA does sometimes have diseased instructions built right in, problematic DNA built right in. But often, though, it's not the instructions that are built right in that create these problematic proteins. Often proteins are created that are not problematic and then become problematic through, for example, phosphorylation, our old friend, phosphorylation. So that can be the more important disease-causing factor. And that is what Acrivon is doing. It's using phosphoproteomics to characterize post-translational phosphorylation-related changes. So the RNA translates the instructions into protein, but then post-translational changes. Now there's that protein, but now it changes. It's not the instructions that are bad. It's what happens to the protein later. That's where Acrivon's tech comes in. Acrivon's platform for this is called Acrivon Predictive Precision Proteomics, or AP3. They had news recently which we think bodes well. So this is the big opportunity here. They got royally poleaxed on this news. We think it might actually be good news. So they got royally obliterated because they announced they're no longer pursuing bladder or ovarian cancer. However, they are focusing on their endometrial cancer program, which has a confirmed overall response rate of up to 62.5%. This is in desperate second-line patients. That is terrific. And then, well, how is it good that they stopped that? Well, they extended their runway. We'll see how much cash they have. They extended their runway. The cost savings, of course, extend the runway out to 2027. And then they've got a partnership. If you could have a partnership as a biotech with any firm, what firm would it be? Did you say Eli Lilly? They've got a partnership with Eli Lilly. And so what I'm conjecturing here is that maybe that Eli Lilly only needs to see that endometrial trial to take them out. So why spend the money? Why dilute shareholders, dilute themselves? It's founder led, remember. Why dilute when you only need that one trial to get acquired, and it's the most likely to succeed anyway? So they save funds, and they're also excited about their other programs that are using AP3, so that can help develop them as well. They have a stunning, mind-blowing amount of cash. Their market cap, when I wrote this, they're up like 8% since then. The market cap, when I wrote this last week, was 38 million. Fully diluted, it's 55 million. How much cash do they have? $164.8 million. They could just announce a dividend, and that would be a 3 to 4x. I don't think technically they could do that because they don't have retained earnings. But I mean, that's how much they have. They have 3 to 4 times their market cap in cash. And the timing is chef's rice, whatever, perfect. Chef's rice, perfect. The insiders all just got awarded options at yesterday's low price. That was last week's low price of 120. So they got destroyed, and lo and behold, just then their options priced. So they announced that. I mean, and they know when their options are going to price. Just saying. I'm not saying that the company would sandbag and accidentally delay good news, accidentally announce that bad news, then have their options price while delaying good news, and so insiders' options priced at a low price. I'm not saying that. But I am saying the incentives are there for all of that, for the company to sandbag, to release bad news, and then sandbag good news, accidentally delay good news until insiders' options priced at that super low price of 120. And they just got a terrific hire. The company brought on an impressive key opinion leader as their chief medical officer. So if this is such bad news, how did they just get this guy to sign on? He's led numerous phase 1, 2, and 3 studies, several leading to approvals in both by the FDA and EMA, Europe and the US, notably including lead investigator for an ovarian cancer study and an endometrial cancer study. So he's like he already was a key opinion leader. These biotechs have key opinion leaders to represent how it's going to be received in the field and help guide them. Both trials resulted in unprecedented improvements. So anyway, this is really just a terrific hire. How did they get that guy to put his name on this company if things are so bad? On top of that, ACR368's OncoSignature assay, that is the AP3 related precision stratifying of potential patients. They use that to figure out who the drugs are going to work for. Has fast track and breakthrough device designations. And also, if we look back here, tough to see, but on the right side, update on registrational intent trial. Registrational intent. registrational intent, they hope to be approved on this trial. And with the desperation of these patients and the newfound flexibility of the FDA, oh man, I missed a screenshot here. The FDA announced that they've got a program to try to speed up approvals to 1 to 2 months from 10 months. And perhaps more importantly, they announced that it was part of an overall program to get more good therapies to market. Well, they've got a good therapy. This is a registrational intent trial in the first place. And they hope to be approved on this. So they've got the desperation of the patients. These are end-line patients without good therapies, and this is very promising. They've got the newfound flexibility of RFK's FDA, and they've got their compelling data. And they're also evaluating confirmatory trials. So this could be contingently approved. It's on the market, but you got to run another trial just to make sure. And they're also looking at trials for supporting label expansion to possibly become a first-line treatment and not have people wait until they're at the end stage to get this thing. All right, the analysts love it. Their average price target is 12. We just saw that the insiders options priced at 120. So exactly a 10x is the average price target. And those are not stale ratings either. That's the new ones since they announced they're only going with endometrial. One person downgraded, everybody else reiterated. Those are all fresh ratings. All right, and so they announced more updates this year. So they did not announce when they think their phase 2B that they hope is enough to get approved on. They have not announced when that will be over, but they said more updates this year. So maybe they started in more than 2 years ago, I think end of 2022, whatever it was, more than 2 years ago. And so maybe first half of 2026. And so once again, I was afraid not to bring it to you, my friend. All right, I will see you guys in the Discord starting Monday. We're going to do a powwow together before the market each day, and then we'll release that later in the day for everybody to see, but that will be wonderful. So see you in the Discord. Have a great weekend. Have a great night. Have a great day. See you in the Discord.